Right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the hangar here at Milsom's, Kesgrave Hall, from the Goldings team. Nice to see so many of you here. Lots of new faces and some of the regulars as well, so it's always good to see you all. I'm sure that you all know Milsom's. They've got a beautiful restaurant over there, and I'm sure that you've tried it before, but if you haven't, go and try it. Not now, wait for the auction to finish, but do try that here. It's a beautiful restaurant. And it really is lovely. Mike's down? You right? Okay. Obviously, I don't want anybody to pass out because of heat. It is very warm in here. There's iced water at the back. The bar is actually going to be closed, but there is iced water. So if you want some water in the course of the sale, please do go and get some. Is the sound going again? Are we all right, Holly? Yep, okay. Okay, a couple of housekeeping points, if I may just quickly run through them. The first one, I understand that there is no planned fire tests of any kind. So if the bells should go off, can I ask you to make your way out, preferably through the back door there, but there are two other exits as well. So just basically, if the bells ring, the answer is get out of the building. And the second one is mobile phones. If you could just pop them onto silent, it would be useful because somebody standing next to you doesn't really necessarily want to hear your phone going off. And the third one, which I didn't put down, but I will just mention very quickly, we have got a photographer here today. He is going to be snapping off some photographs of you and us for our own use in our own marketing material. If you're here, and perhaps you shouldn't be, you should be at work, or you're here with somebody that you shouldn't be here with even, do let me know or let the photographer know, and we'll make sure that we don't publish any of those photographs. So just come and speak to us if there's any sort of reasons why we have to be a little bit careful with some of the photographs. Whilst I have your attention, very quickly, we have mortgage consultants and letting agents and solicitors here. So these guys will be around after the auction as well. Do take advantage of them. They are professionals. They do know their industry. So do have a word with them after the sale. I'm told I spend far too much time waffling, so I'm going to just very quickly run through the procedure so you all know what is expected of you if you are successful buyers. I'll offer each lot as it appears in the catalogue, which you have hopefully. There's an image of it, projected image, so you shouldn't bid on the wrong lot. You may hear me mention that we have a commission, a proxy, or a telephone bid. These are all situations where third parties have organised for us to bid on their behalf because they're unable to attend the auction today. And there are several of them. I'll be handling the proxy bids. Luke will be on the telephones, and I think Adam's on some telephones over there in the clerking area as well. Once the hammer falls, you have purchased that property unconditionally. Unconditionally. There is no going back. You should have inspected the property, should have gone through the legal pack, you should have your finance in place, and if any of those you're unsure about, you should have taken independent professional advice. Remember, if the hammer falls, you have purchased that property unconditionally, there is no going back. Just to confirm as well, I'm sure you've all read the legal packs. Completion on all of the lots today is 20 working days, so that's 4 weeks as far as completion is concerned. And there is VAT only on one lot, which is lot number 4, which is the industrial units in Malden. They are VAT liable, so you will have to pay VAT on that. But none of the other lots have any VAT. If you are the winning bidder, either the Lorraine or Jill will pop out and see you. They ask you to complete a buyer information form, which is solely your details, your solicitor's details, and they will take your ID at that point. They'll take it to the clerking area where the contracts will be drawn up during the course of the auction. If they happen to leave a form with you to complete, can you please do so and attract their attention so they can get it back to the clerking area ready for completions. At the end of the auction, successful buyers will be asked to come to the clerking area and lots will be handed in lot order. So at the clerking area, you'll be asked to pay your deposits, which will be 10%, your admin fee, which is £600 plus VAT, and signing of the contracts. That will all be done after the auction in lot order. If you happen to buy one of the latter lots, probably a good idea to go to the bar and get a drink or get a cup of coffee or some more water, because obviously we've got to get through the early lots before we get to you. That's all I have to say as far as my preamble is concerned, so Let's start the auction, shall we? We'll start off with lot number 5, number 1, lot 1, 532 Woodbridge Road in Ipswich. 3-bedroom end of terrace. This one, it's been let. It's now being sold vacant, so you are buying a vacant property. It has double glazing, gas central heating. So say East Ipswich, so it's probably the principal location. Ideal for a buy-to-let or to renovate and sell. There's certainly enough in it at the guide we've set to be able to buy it, to renovate it, to bring it back to market and make a profit. I have a proxy bid, and I think we have a telephone bid as well. So I'm going to start it on proxy at 100, and hopefully the room will take over, and hopefully it'll sell in the room. It's with me at 100, looking for 102 from somebody in the room for it. With me at 100, 102 somebody. 102 at the back there, thank you, 102. 104, somebody else. At 2. At 4, thank you, against you. So are you in? 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. At 126 then, gentlemen, they're right at the beginning at 126. You're out? You're out there now. It's at 126 in the room. Take 128 now. We're at 126. I'll take 128. Take the 7 if you like. We're at 126 only. At 126, and I am going to sell. So I'm not coming back to it. 127 against you. 127. 28. You in, sir? 29? Right at the back near the door? No? So at 128, 129 then. Sorry, 130. 130. At 130 seated. At 130 seated and selling. So are you in? No? At 130 then. At 130, 130,000 if we're all done. Looking for 131. If not, we're going to sell. At 130,000 then for the first time of asking. At 130 for the second time of asking. Third and final time at 130,000. Sold to the gentleman there. Well done, sir. Thank you. Lot number 2. Here it is. This is the land at Pigeons Lane in Washbrook. Difficult one to value, which is why we've got such a broad guide price of 25 to 50 on it. Approximately 4 acres, triangular parcel of land with twin road frontage, as is evident from the picture there. Suit a variety of uses subject to planning. I'm sure you've all got that in your mind. There is an overage clause, but again, I'm sure you've all got that in the mind. You've been through the legal pack. It's a good long-term investment, this one. Very good long-term investment. So we're at 25 to 50. Somebody going to start me at 25, please, and see where we go with it? Somebody start me at 25, please. 25 I have on the phone, thank you. 25, looking for 30 from somebody. Have 25 on the phone, looking for 30. Show your hands, please. We're at 25. Looking for 30, thank you. I have 30. 30 against you. 30 I have. 30 I have, looking for 35. On the phone, you in? 32. 32 then. 34. You in at 36? 34 only at the moment, looking for 36. 36, 38, and 40 on the phone, please. We're at 38 in the room, looking for 40 on the phone. At 40 on the phone. Looking for 42, sir. At 42. 42. In the room at 42. Anybody else want to join in? We're in the room at 42,000. 44. 46. 46 in the room. Anybody else? Anybody else? We're at 46 in the room. At 46. 47, 48 lady at the back, 48 lady at the back, we're in at 49, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. 1. No, it's 61 in the room then. At 61 in the room, phone you out. We're at 61 in the room and I'm selling, if we're all done. First time of asking then at 61,000. 62, ladies back in again, I'm afraid. 63, strong bid against you again, madam. 63 with the gentleman to my left. 63 here. 64, 65, 65, you're definitely out now. Okay, it's 65 for the first time of asking. 65 for the second time of asking. Third and final time then at 65,000. Where are we looking? 66, young lady, right back there, sorry. 66, sorry, against you. 67, 67. Gentleman at 67. 68, 69, 70, 71, 71,000 gentlemen, 72, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At 80, madam? At 80 then. 81. No, you're out. At 81,000 then. Gentlemen seated in at the beginning and in at the end at 81,000 if we're all done. First time of asking then at 81, 82. Sorry, 83. 83 with the gentleman. Scare him, go for 85. 83 at the moment, you're going for 84, madam. No? We're at 83,000 then. First time of asking at 83. Second time at 83. Third and final time at £83,000. Sold to the gentleman there. Well done, sir. Ouch. Right, lot number 3. This is 65 Harvey Street. There it is. Terrific lot, this one. Unfinished project, as you can see. Many of you, the regulars, may recognise it. It's one that we sold for $218,000 about 3 years or 2.5 years ago. Unfortunately, a change in circumstance. Fortunately for you, a change in circumstance means I'm bringing it back to the market. So here we have this property. It's 3/4 of the way done. It's ready for a first fix, second fix. It's dry. It's all been done and signed off by building regs, or that's my understanding. You should have checked that yourself, obviously. Originally, it was designed as an upside-down house with living accommodation on the first floor. The current seller had made a decision they were going to go the other way, so they've actually planned it for living accommodation on the ground floor. But the sky's the limit with this one. It's a quirky little property. It will finish up as 3 beds, 2 baths, I would suggest. Courtyard garden in a very fashionable, trendy area of Ipswich. 180 to 200. Somebody start me at 180 and we'll see where we can go with it. At 180, somebody. At 180. 170, at 170 I've got right at the back. At 170, looking for 175 from somebody. At 170, right at the back, looking for 75. At 170, looking for 75. 75, thank you, at 75. At 80, at 180. At 180 then. 185, somebody. We're at 180 at the moment. Gentleman right at the back at 180. Are we all done at 180? Surprise me at 180. You win again? No, we're at 180 then. At 180,000, are we all done? All done then at 180,000. Come and see me. We're close, but not quite there at 180. Okay, so let's crack on with lot number 4. Again, this is one where I do have a proxy bid on it. It's one that I mentioned at the beginning as being the only lot that's subject to VAT, but you should have clarified that yourself. As stated in the catalogue, here you have 2 commercial units originally, which is now let as 1. Total square footage of circa 4,000 square feet. Very established tenant, established business there. Very keen to stay and enter into a new lease. That's something that, again, the viewers that have seen it and spoken to him will be fully aware of. He is very keen to stay there. He's currently paying just under £2,000 a month plus VAT. From a letting point of view, it's an area where all of the units are let there. Very rarely do they come up on a freehold basis. If he should go, you obviously would have the opportunity of putting it back into 2 units. And it's easier to let smaller units. So a lot of prospect with this one. As I say, freeholds don't come up very often. I am on proxy. I'm going to start it, just to make a bit of an auction out of it, let's start it at 250 and take it in 5s. So it's with me at 250 straight away, looking for 255 from somebody. With me at 250, 255, please. 255, who's here for it? At 255 then. 255 I've got, thank you, 255. Looking for 260. 260 somebody else? I can go, I'm on commission. 260 with me. 65, 270, 275. I can go at 280. Anybody else want to join in? It's with me at 280. At 280. Take 82 if you like. 82, think of 82. Looking for 84 from somebody. Looking for 284. It's in the room at 282, looking for 284. Looking for 284. Anybody else here for it? If not, we're going to... What are we going to do with it? 284? Anybody? We're at 282. We all done? At 282? Post-auction, please. Come and see me. Again, we're close, very close at that. Lot 5, this is Vista Caravans at Lowestoft. Unfortunately, this lot has been withdrawn. The family have decided not to sell, so it's actually not being sold now. They have advised me that when circumstances change, they will come back to us. So do come and see me if you are interested, and I'll certainly register that with the owners of this one. Moving on to lot number 6, this is 26 Princess Street in Ipswich. There it is. Lovely lot, this one. Prime location. Opposite the world-famous Norman Foster Willis building. It is a world-famous building as well. Currently office use over 3 floors with a large basement. Perfect for an owner-occupier to take on and run a business from this particular property. It offers some scope for tidying up. It needs a little bit of tidying in places. It has got some air conditioning, some heating. It's got some very nice replacement timber sash windows. I have to say I was very taken by those. But it's a lovely property. It also does have some residential potential, as we know, on the upper floors. Bear in mind you've got an established fire connection between this one and the neighbouring property, number 28, so you must accommodate that still. And obviously it's subject to the relevant planning approvals, being able to get resi there, but there certainly is this potential on this lot as well. So, guiding at 2 to 225, looking to somebody start me off at 200, see where we can go with it. Who's here for it at 200? 200, I've got gentlemen there. At 200, looking for 22. Looking for 202, somebody? At 200 only, looking for 202. At 200, looking for 202. At 200, 202 at the back there. 202, 204, 206, 208, 10, 12, 14, 16, 16, 216. At 216 then seated here. 216, looking for 218. At 216 seated, looking for 218. 218 right at the back, thank you, sir. 218. 220, 220. 22, 22, thank you, 222. At 222 then, right at the back at 222. Looking for 224 from somebody. At 222, you in? You're out? At 222 then. At 222,000, if we're all done and I'm selling at 222, we're not coming back to it. At 222, looking for 224, anybody? Take the one if you like, 223 from anybody. If not, we are selling it at 222,000. For the first time of asking then at 222,000. Second time at 222,000. Third and final time at 222. Sold to the gentleman right at the back by the door. Well done, sir. And we move on to lot number 7. Bixby Avenue, there it is, over in Hawley, Stowmarket. Luke, you've got a telephone bid? You have, well done. Quick talk about this one, good size 3-bedroom semi, this one. Hawley, obviously just off the A14, just along from Stowmarket. It's got double glazing, central heating, but it does need refurbishment, we know that. Non-standard construction, again, so we know that. Works brilliantly as an investment, because obviously you'll get the 3-bedroom semi yield out of it, without paying the price of a £200,000 3-bedroom semi in the area. So the yield works incredibly well. But we have priced it to work speculatively as well. So if you're looking to buy, to refurb, to sell, there's an opportunity here as well, I would suggest. And with this particular property, we've enjoyed working with Purbeck & Co. and Stowmarket agents. I know that they're very happy to talk to any new buyers about either managing it for them and some advice on resales and things like that. So Purbeck's, I know, would be very happy and keen to talk to people. We have a telephone bid, starting at 90,000, looking for 92 from somebody else. We are at 90,000, looking for 92. We're at 90, looking for 92. I've got lots of people waving to me, but I've got a feeling that you're fanning yourselves. 92 I have on the phone, thank you. 92, looking for 94. At 92, looking for 94. At 92 only at the moment, 94, thank you. 94 in the room. 94 in the room. Telephone, you going to run with me? 94 in the room, looking for 6? No? Anybody else want to join in then? 4 in the room, looking for 6. 96, somebody? We're at 94 in the room only. At 94, 96, thank you. At 96, 98, 100, 102. At 102 at the back there, 102, looking for 103 possibly. 102, looking for 103. Telephone, you in at 103? Anybody else going to join in at 103? 103, thank you, 103. 104 straight away against you. 104 in the room. Telephone, you going to run? We're at 104 in the room. 104, telephone, yes or no? No? Okay, 104 in the room, if we're all done. All done then at 104. Anybody else want to kick in quickly? At 104 if we're all done. At 104 if we're all done. Come and see me post again. It's one that I can't quite do at 104. A couple of these this time. Surprises me, but we will do it, I'm sure. We're very close. Let's move on to lot number 8, which is 33A. There we go, 33A St. Peter Street, this one. Wonderful little gem in one of the trendiest areas of Ipswich, there's no doubt about that. Grade 2 listed. It's been the home of a very upmarket fashion boutique, but it would suit a variety of uses, there's no doubt about that. It could be absolutely wonderful, this one. St. Peter Street, if you compare the town centre and St. Peter Street, you've got one area that certainly is thriving, bustling community, and then you've got the town centre. So, you know, if you're going to buy somewhere, this is where to buy. It really is quite lovely down there. Spread over 4 floors with a basement, beautifully presented. And again, I would suggest it's got good residential potential, subject to planning. Guiding at 220 to 240. I am a proxy at 200, so I'm going to start it off at 200 with me, looking for 205 from somebody else in the room. It's starting with me at 200, looking for 205. Anybody else here for it at 205? With me at 200, looking for 205 from somebody. With me at 200 only. With me on proxy at 200. They can go higher. I need somebody else to join in, otherwise we can't move it forwards. So it's with me at 200, looking for 205. With me at 200. Nobody want to go with me? Nope. Okay. Come and see me post, but let's see where we go with that one. Lot number 9. Here we go. There it is. This is 47A Jackson Road at Newbourne. Rare and unique little residential conversion opportunity, this one. Redundant agricultural building, as you can see. Permitted development rights for residential use, so we've already got that on it. The CGI as it appears in the catalogue, where it's computer-generated image, is slightly different from the scheme that was submitted with the application, but you must have satisfied yourself as to what you can and can't do with this one. The plot does include the caravan that you can just see on the side there. And the vendors have advised us that if the buyer doesn't want the caravan, they will get it moved before completion. So you can either have it with the caravan there, or if you want it without the caravan, let the sellers know and they will get it moved prior to completion. Newbourne, obviously, former land settlement village, some 7 miles east of Ipswich. It still enjoys it's a lovely sort of rural agricultural ambience about it, Newbourne. It really is a lovely little place. Very nice pub there as well, the Newbourne Fox, if anybody wants to go and have a meal. Right, so here we go, 100 to 125. Somebody start with 100, see where we can go with it. Been very quiet today, aren't you all, just looking at me a little bit. Somebody start me at, what should we say, 90? 80 then. Somebody start me at 80 and we'll go off from 80. Somebody start me at 80. 80 I've got, thank you. 80 from the lady there at 80. Looking for 82. We have 80, looking for 82. At 80,000, looking for 82. At 80,000 to my right, looking for an 82. 82, thank you. 82 I have. 84, 86, 88. At 90. At 92. At 92 I have then. At 92. Looking for 4. Looking for 4. I have 92 I have. Looking for a 4. Looking for 4 from somebody else. Anybody else here for it? We're at 92 at the moment. At 92, are we all done? All done at 92. 94, thank you. 94. 96. You in? 98 at 100. 102? No, 101. Worth it at 101? At 100 at the moment. Worth a pop at 101. Just give it a go. At 101 then. You're saying no now. So at 101 then in the room. You sure? At 101 at the back of the room then. At 101. At 101, and we're selling at 101. It's a hell of a bargain, this one, but we are going to sell it at 101 if we're all done. At 101, if we're all done, we are going to sell. I'm surprised, but for the first time of asking at 101. Second time at 101. Third and final time then at 101,000, right at the back of the room. Goodbye, sir. Gentleman standing right at the back with the spectacles on. He's going to wave to you as you go. We crack on to lot number 10. This is 4 Kenyon Street. It's on the screen there. There it is. Little terraced house investment in Ipswich. We were very late getting into this particular house. We were a little bit worried as to what we were going to find when we did get in. But in fact, the tenant was on holiday, which is why we couldn't get in. And we're very pleasantly surprised when we did. It's a lovely little house. She obviously loves living there and looks after it very, very well, as those of you that have came along and had a look will know. Very clean and tidy. She's also, although originally she was on an AST, she's now on a periodic tenancy, so you could get it vacant, but she's very keen to stay and very happy to stay. So at her current rent, she's paying basically $6,840 a year, so it's sort of 8.5% at low guide. She's very happy to stay and renew a lease, so great opportunity for a little residential investment. It's probably the cheapest house in Ipswich as well at 80 to 100. I don't think you get much in the town at that sort of price at the moment. So, somebody going to start with 80,000 and see where we can go with this one? Did somebody start with 80 right at the back? Thank you. 80 at the back, looking for 82 from somebody else. 80 right at the back. 80 right at the back against the wall at the back. 82, thank you. 82 over there. 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, 100. At 100 then I have. Go the one if you like. No, it's at 100 then at the back. Looking for one from somebody else. You definitely out? Okay, it's at 100 right at the back. To my left at the back at 100,000. Anybody else want to pop one on there quickly before we sell it? Where are we looking? Oh, 101 just coming into the room at 101. 101 just come in, sir, against you. 101, 102. 3, sir? 3. You in? 4. No? No? Okay, it's with you again, sir, at 104. At 104 then. Are we all done at 104? At 104, do you want to put half on quickly? No, at 104 then. First time of asking at 104,000. Second time of asking at 104,000. Third and final time at 104. Sold to the gentleman right at the back against the curtains there. Thank you. Moving on. Another great little investment here. Luke, I think you've got a telephone call. Yep. This is lot number 11, the top floor flat at 92 Christchurch Street, Ipswich. There it is. A beautiful terrace, this one. Absolutely beautiful. Town centre, it's the top floor of the end of the terrace there. And most of those, I think, have been converted into flats, if not all of them. Obviously, you're buying a long lease because it's a flat, but you're also buying 25% of the freehold. So there's no ground rent, maintenance charges, and horrible things like that to worry about, because you're controlling your own destiny with this one, as you and your fellow owners there, the 3 beneath you, are all responsible for the management of the block, so to speak. This particular unit is a 1-bed unit. It does have some potential for a little bit of work. You could knock through the lounge and the kitchen area. You could do all sorts of things there, replace the bathroom, tidying up. One of the flats just down the road, I did notice while I was there, is up with a letting agent at the moment at £600 a month. So assuming this is worth £600 a month, you're looking at a 12% return. So you're looking at a huge return on this one at low guide. So 60 to 80, I have a telephone bid. Is someone going to kick straight in at 60? Kick straight in at 60 telephone? Somebody else kick me in at 60, then we'll get it off, get it running at 60. Somebody else, 60 we have, thank you, at 60. 60 in the room there, gentleman with a nice long arm, I like to see that. That's 60,000, looking for 62. 62, somebody else, we're at 60,000 only, that's all. We'll all buy this at 60,000, thank you. 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 2, 4, 74, 74. Take the 1 if you like, make it 75. At 75 then. 75 against you. 75, gentlemen there at 75 then. Telephone bid, you're going to come in. You're out at 75? Gentlemen's with you at 75 at the moment. You're out, sir? You're out then at 75,000. Gentlemen seated just here at 75. Very, very good return, remember this one at 75,000. But it's going to sell. You were impressed with it, weren't you? Rightly so. Very trendy area, nice flat. 75,000 for the first time of asking. 75,000 for the second time of asking. Third and final time then at 75,000. Sold to the gentleman there. Well done, sir. Goodbye. Here we go. Lot number 12. There we go. This is the old forge at Norton. Guided at 4 to 450. I've spoken to several of you in depth about this, so I'm sure that you know exactly what my opinions are and what you could possibly do with this one. I have to say, this is probably one of the best pre-app responses that I've ever read in my life from a local authority. It's unbelievable, the response that the seller has had from the local authority with regards to development on this one. We have, however, costed it on the basis of what's there already. So we've costed the project on the fact that you could convert the existing building and convert the barn at the front there, so only have 2 dwellings on there. The house, it had a fire in sort of just turn of the century, 1900s, and the front section was demolished, and that's when this flattened brick section was built at the front, double-fronted section there. In all honesty, it's not particularly inspiring, which is why the planners are saying they're quite happy to see it go. Building at the front there was originally the forge. My cellar can remember in the 50s the big leather bellows in there, pumping the forge to get it going, and the blacksmith doing his shoeing and things like that there. So lovely bit of history on this one. Again, I've had a lot of response, and I do have a proxy on this one, so I'm going to start it straight away at, say, 375. So it's with me at 375, looking for 380 from somebody in the room. It's with me at 375, looking for 380. Who's here for it at 380? With me at 375, that's all. 380, thank you. 380 I've got right at the back. Anybody else want to join in? Is it 380, gentlemen, right at the back? At 380 at the moment, right at the back. Looking for 385 from somebody. At 3, I can go 85, so I'm sorry. I do have a proxy. I can go 85. You're at 90? 90. 95. You're at 4. You're at 4? At 400 then. Looking for 405 from somebody. Anybody else want to join in at 405? At 405, I'm afraid I can still take it. I still have a proxy at this level, sir. So it's going to go with me again at 405. 10? 10, sir? Yep, 10. 15, 20, 25, 30. You sure? Okay, it's with me at 425 then. With me at 425, looking for 430. Anybody else here for it? 430. I can go another 5, I'm afraid. It's worth going 440. It's all I can tell you. You get where I'm coming from. If it's at 435, do you want to go at 440, sir? 36? 36, 37, 38, 39. Just put the 1 on it. 39 then. 439, that's where you are, yes? Yeah? 40. At 440, and I'm selling at 440. Anybody else want to join in quickly before I sell? Gentleman at the back at 440. Gentleman seated at the back at 440,000 if we are all done. At 440,000 then for the first time of asking. 440 for the second time of asking. Third and final time at 440,000. Sold. Well done, sir. Gentleman seated at the back, Lorraine, he'll point himself out to you, I'm sure. Lot number 13. So it's generated some interest, hasn't it, Luke? 2 telephone bids and a proxy bid. You on the phone? Yep. Luke, you're going now. Okay. This is land and garage adjacent to 25 Allen Road in Ipswich. Guide on this one is only 20 to 40, which is why so many people are interested. Huge interest. East Ipswich location. It's actually 2 garages at the moment, sort of side onto each other, with a little sort of store cupboard between. And it also includes the rear garden of both 25 Allen Road and, in fact, 69 Felixstowe Road. So you've got a double garden depth to it as well. Loads of scope on this one, subject to planning. Do bear that in mind. It is going to be subject to planning. So, as I say, I have a proxy. Let's have a bit of an auction. So let's start it at 20 with me on a proxy. 20 on the phone, brilliant. Looking for 22 from somebody in the room. 20 on the phone, looking for 22 in the room for it. You in at 22, 22, 22. Somebody else in the room. 22. Come on, let's have an auction. 24, 26, 26. I'm going to go 28, 30, 32. 32 with me then. 32 on proxy at 32. Telephone you in. That's 32, 34, 36 with me on proxy. 36, 36. Need 38 from somebody. 38, 40 with me. Yes, 40 with me. I'm still in at this point at 40. At 40, looking for 42. With me at 40. With me at 40, you out phone? At 40, somebody else want to join in? It's still 42, thank you, 42. Anybody else at 42? 42 in the room, right at the back, seated there. I can go 44. 46, 48. It's worth 49, sir. No, it's with me then on commission at 48. It's on proxy with me at 48,000. Anybody else want to put one on there quickly before I put the hammer down? You in? At 49, I'm out. It's with you now at 49 then. At 49,000 in the room and selling. If we are all done at 49,000, I'm going to be selling. For the first time of asking then at 49,000. Second time at 49,000. Third and final time at £49,000. Sold. Well done, sir. Goodbye. Gentleman seated right at the back there with the blue t-shirt. Lot number 14. There it is. Land to the south side of 8 Vine Road, Otley. Again, another lot that's captured the imagination of a lot of people. This time a village location. Obviously, you can see it's formerly the garden, or part of the garden to 8 Vine Road there. It is very heavily overgrown. When we did the droning, I think we saw, around here somewhere, just there somewhere, there's a bit of, it looks like the remains of a building. So there's something in there, a garage, but we didn't get in. Quite honestly, it was too overgrown. So there's something in there, I think. Loads of scope. Big opportunity to do something with this one. Again, I have a proxy. I'm going to start it at 20,000 with me, with a proxy bidder, looking for 22 from the room. So it's with me at 20. Anybody here for it at 22? Anybody else here for it at 22? 22, thank you, I can go. 24, 26, 28, 29, 30 with me. 30 with me. Looking for 31 from somebody else? 31 in the room then, at 31 in the room. So at 31,000, gentlemen seated there at 31. I'm out on proxy. You're out now. It's with you, sir, at 31. Anybody else? 32. 32 against you. 32. You in at 33, sir? 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. And 40. 41. 2. No, at 41 seated then. At 41 seated there. At 41,000 if we're all done, and I'm going to sell. At 41,000 I'm going to sell unless somebody comes up with 42. We're at 41 and selling for the first time of asking at 41. Second time at 41. Third and final time at 42. Sorry, sir, 42 came in last minute. Have to take the bid. 42. You're out now. I'll give you the chance. 42 and a half then. Yeah? 42 and a half. 42 and a half against you, the original bidder, sir. You in at 43? 42 and a half. I have gentlemen seated here. 43. No, okay, I'm sorry, sir. I'm going to have to go at 43,000 if we're all done. First time of asking then at 43,000. Second time at 43,000. Third and final time then at 43,000. Sold gentleman at the back. Well done. Okie dokie. Before I offer the last lot, thank you all for coming today. It's lovely to see you all here. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you haven't been too hot. Next time we'll have the heaters on because it'll be a little bit cooler, I expect. And the next sale is after the summer holidays, obviously, so do come along and see us after the summer holidays. Remember that our advice is totally free and without obligation. So if you do have any properties that you'd like to discuss with us as being possibly suitable for sale by auction, we'd be delighted to talk to you and see whether we can be of any assistance to you. That being said, let's offer the last lot and get it sold and see what we can do for the vendors on the last property for the day. This is number 47 Lacey Street. There it is. Great little house, this one. East Ipswich location. It's a sort of a bedroom with an ensuite wet room facility, obviously perhaps for somebody that had limited mobility, I would suggest. In the main building itself, you've got the through lounge, diner, kitchen, bathroom on the ground floor, then 3 bedrooms upstairs. So say scope for enhancement, great opportunity, both for investment and speculative purchasing. When we used to get things for sale when I was an estate agent, many, many years ago, if anything came up in Lacey Street, you'd know that you'd sell it straight away. You know, Lacey Street is one of those areas that you think, yes, it's really worth buying Lacey Street. Right, okay, so we guided at 150 to 175. It's with me at 150. I have several of these on commissions. With me at 150, looking for 55 from somebody. Looking for 55 from somebody. Somebody going to join me in here at 55? At 55, thank you, I have. At 55, looking for 60. It's 155, gentlemen over to my left there at 155. Looking for 60. At 160, somebody, at 155 only, looking for 160. At 160, somebody please. We're at 155. 160, thank you. At 160 I have. 160 I have, looking for 65. At 160 I have, looking for 65. 160 I have, looking for 65. Anybody else here for it at 165? You in, sir, or you're not? No? Okay, at 160 then. At 160 are we all done? On this last lot at 160. In Lacey Street, 4 beds, 2 baths. At 160 we all done? Anybody want to join in now quickly before we put the hammer down? At 160 then, if we're all done at 160. All done at 160? Come and see me. We can't quite at that level. See what we can do post. We're a little bit off, but not too far. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for coming to see me. Successful bidders, please wait behind and sign your contracts. There's a few lots to have a go at that we didn't put the hammer down today, so come and see me about those as well. Thank you very much indeed.